Look who's back.
Look who's back. Cut at camera 4 really quick because we gotta thanks lucky stars that we have this baby boy back
Off
with us.
suspension, back to
On
earning
parole.
pension. Yeah, I am on parole, so I'm gonna keep it real clean today.
You guys, welcome back to the Breakroom, our daily show that keeps you updated on all the nerdy news you need to know about. Coming up today, mandatory fun return.
What?
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Namor needs a sequel, and Tommy gets tattooed.
What?
There, I said it. Tommy does it. It's gonna happen to Tommy.
She's trying to call the election.
Excuse me?
You guys,
Stop the count.
I'm here today with Coy Jean-Jean.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh.
Thanks for that little flavor.
And Jessica Clemons, who cares? We got Tommy V.
Who's counting these votes? Cyber Ninja and Ballot Tracks?
All right.
Stop the count!
You can't
Stop the
say
count.
those words.
Stay
This
alive.
video's been flagged.
I can't say
we're
those
fine.
words dressed like this.
I know. We're gonna get that warning.
What
at
does
the
your
bottom of
shirt
the video.
say?
My shirt says Big Sky Whiskey, which is ironic because I don't really drink anymore.
They're gonna say I just don't like whiskey.
It's through osmosis.
Because
You're
whiskey
feeling
makes
it.
me want to puke.
Oh my gosh! And speaking of puke, Brandon Barrick.
I love whiskey. Send me your whiskey.
I do too. I mean, that's kind of the problem.
Oh,
That's why I
yeah,
put it
that
on
can
my
be a problem.
shirt.
I love whiskey.
I love it so
responsibly.
much.
Oh, baby, it's okay.
Speaking of which, LA Whiskey Festival, Thursday night in Pasadena.
Are you
Check it out,
attending
man.
or,
I'll be there.
I don't really do it anymore.
I'll be there licking the scraps.
Thursday night.
Yeah, it's on a
Yeah, a
Thursday, which is just
Thursday?
foolish.
That's crazy. It's also very cold here. Christian Unpronounceable says, "Welcome home,
Oh,
Tennessee."
Christian, good to be home in the loving embrace of all of you.
You guys, today's redemption in honor of literally absolutely no one being able to get tickets to Taylor Swift's Eras Tour yesterday. For every $100 in super chats that we raise, we're going to give you the live performance of a lifetime. Taylor Swift covers with a Namor twist. We call it Taylor's version.
Yes.
Love that.
Parentheses. Taylor's version.
Namor, Taylor's version.
Do you guys have insight on how you got these songs?
Actually, this is so funny. I was on my yacht yesterday, as I often am, and I heard a siren call. And I walked off the side of my yacht, straight into the ocean, was swallowed by a humpback whale.
What?
Will you believe that?
Went right through the baleen?
I went through the baleen of the whale, straight out of the end of his dork. And also out of his dork, I found these two sacred scrolls containing scrolls,
Xerox
scrolls, not scrolls, scrolls containing lyrics to Taylor Swift-themed Namor songs. I lied. There's actually 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
And I gave one of them to my Swiftie from another Mifty, Brando.
From my baleen to my shaleen.
I like when you call Brandon Brandor.
Brandor.
That's my
It's like
favorite.
Marlon
nickname
Brando
for
with an Australian accent.
Yeah.
Brandor.
Nor Brandor. You get a step.
Stop.
You can't keep getting away with this.
Folks, we got to get right into our big discussion today. We all loved Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, yada, yada, yada. You've heard it. You're sick of hearing it.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to talk about it on the show yet, so
I know.
I am
Tommy
very
is
excited.
bursting at the seams ready to talk about this. But we want to talk today about what's next for our good boy, the boy without love, Namor. You know, we've already asked what's next for Black Panther. Black Panther Shuri, you know, what's next for her. Jessica's got a video coming out tomorrow that dives into what's next for Riri Williams in the MCU, you know, how she's going to get from Point Wakanda to Point Ironheart. But right now we want to talk about what's next for Namor after Wakanda Forever. And not just like the crazy, like, ooh, what if he gets on an airplane and
Is he
flies across the sea?
doomed? He's not doomed. He's not doomed. He's not doomed. He's not doomed.
Okay, dear Tommy.
I said one to every camera.
Oh, okay.
He's not.
He must be doomed at this point.
But we're gonna dive into like all the facts that we know, some stuff we can infer from the comics, what they're laying out here, this like path forward for our good buddy Namor, because we know he's coming back, right? They got to bring him back.
Oh,
it's not a one and done.
I have a question. Have we covered this? Is he going to come back with all 4 feathers? Do they grow back, or did she rip?
I
them
hope
out?
they grow back.
She
So-
ripped the root out of that
I mean,
thing.
if you can heal from like a gunshot, you can heal from
a normal
Yeah,
bird.
but what if he
malts?
What if she tore it out at the stump? You know when you stump a tree? So
No,
it
there's a
will grow
little
back?
bit.
Those
We
little
saw that
nubby boy.
little nub behind.
He has a little boy back
Yeah,
there.
because when he got wrapped up, there's a little
Nubby
nubby
boy,
action, little
tiny
nubby
boy, make me fly. All right, sorry. Let's focus up. I apologize.
So let's talk about some of like
No more jokes.
Namor's like biggest friends, his allies and his enemies in the comics, which is kind of the same thing. It's two sides of the same coin because Namor's been around forever in the comics.
He's a rascal.
He's a little rascal.
He's
He's fought everybody. He's fought alongside everybody. It's really hard to determine. He doesn't have like tried and true. Like he's always enemies with this person or always friends
It's
with this
like
person.
1,000-year-old vampires, right? Like eventually, if they are, heterosexual vampires, they marry a man for 100 years because they're like, I can't do this with a woman anymore. Then maybe they go back to women, and maybe they just become bisexual vampires. What I'm saying is time.
Season 2 of Interview with the Vampire.
What I'm saying is time and I are both bisexuals. Make people bisexual. So, yeah, that's all. I just wanted to make that analogy.
Just want to lay that out, make that clear.
Vampires are all bi because time passes, not because of, any compulsion inside of them.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm learning so much.
Oh, I missed you.
Do you want to apologize to the viewers?
No, never. You didn't do anything wrong.
I didn't. That's right.
CK in the chat already pointed out when I ask, like, is Namor a friend or foe? The answer is always yes.
Yeah.
Yes to everything. Because, first of all, like, in the comics, right, his biggest friend / foe is Black Panther. They're always, like, buddies. They're always hating each other. Black Panther sends a bunch of missiles to blow up Atlantis. Namor tells Thanos, "Oh, there's an Infinity Stone in Wakanda," when there's not, and he goes and destroys Wakanda. Like things like that, friendly things you do with your frenemies. Yeah, just friendly.
Yeah, it's
stuff.
like when you dox your friend during a game of COD because they frag you, right, my Sims?
Dab on that. So whatever the next Black Panther movie is. I bet Namor will be a part of it in some aspect.
Yes.
We'd probably see him there, but that's probably very far out in the future. We know we have some like Avengers movies coming, Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars. Is he a friend of the Avengers? Yes? Question mark? Again, like he works with them a lot, but then he's fought every single member of the Avengers at some point, and usually wins those fights or like gets thrown back into the ocean. They always fight him in the ocean, which is, again, a bad idea.
Is it like, Brandon, would you say it's fair to say that, like, Namor is, like, the, like, cool rebel at school that doesn't really have any friends?
Yeah.
But everybody's desperate to be his friend, even though he keeps doing bad things. And they're like, no, but we got to get him on all these teams. Because it's like, if you go to, like, any comic book wiki, I prefer fandom. Sorry, guys, not a plug. Just a hug to a friend of the show.
Oh, my God.
He's on every team. He's been on every single team at some point. Like, he is not monogamous with his team.
He's gone around. Much like a vampire, he's been along.
In every way, he's not monogamous. Man's making fish moves.
Yeah.
Fishy moves.
Yeah, he's a part of the Avengers sometimes. He's not a part, but sometimes he'll be a part of the Avengers and something happens at Atlantis. He's like, I got to go, guys. You're on your own.
Yeah, like no matter what, he's
people always
priority.
come first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Then, of course, he was part of the OG Illuminati, right? Which is like a very more modern thing. And so the more modern we get in the comics, the more we can infer what they're maybe going to do with these movies. They've introduced the Illuminati, of course, already in a different multiverse. Makes me think the 616 should probably get one together before it's too late. That original Illuminati was, of course, Mr. Fantastic, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Professor X, and Black Bolt. And then he winds up leaving that initial group because they're the ones that wanted to like send the Hulk into space for being a bad boy. He was like, that's a terrible idea. Don't do that. And they did it, and he's like, I'm out of here.
Idea.
I hate you guys. I'm never coming back. So those are like his friendly foes. Now let's talk about his foely friends. Okay, the ones who are more often foes. The big one being Dr. Doom. Him and Doom do not get along most of the time. They duke it out a lot. They have competing interests. They're each trying to destroy each other's secret places. Now, at one point, Doom does give Namor a safe refuge when he needs it. At one point, kind of a Tuma takes over, and he's like, I gotta get out of here for a little bit. He goes and lives with Doom. Namor even joins the Cabal at one point, which is all bad guys and bad ladies. It's Dr. Doom, Emma Frost, Norman Osborn, Loki, and even the Hood.
Oh, we're about to see him soon.
Right. So he gets along with the villains too. Gets along with the good guys, gets along with the villains.
Passionate. He's
a passionate boy.
Passion.
And like I mentioned before, Atuma, who we've seen in this film, right? He's a big foe for Namor at some points because Atuma's like, I don't like how you're running things down here. I'm going to take over. Yeah. So they kind of duke it out a lot. And considering we had Atuma in this film, we kind of ended on a weird note with Atuma and Namor. Like, I could see that becoming a problem for him in the future.
I I think we are going to see like a kind of a god in exile storyline for Namor. I think that's something that could propel him into the anti-hero rather than just antagonist role.
Yeah.
Is like Atuma, Namora, sorry if I'm stepping on anyone else's thing, they kind of go like, this guy sold us out, he quit against the Wakandans, we could have killed them all on that big-ass boat that we had blown up from the bottom. Clearly, if Namor had said kill them, like, I feel like...
Yeah, if he had done this...
The Lokians were like, they were going to kill...
They're in the middle of the ocean.
They're going to kill everybody.
Yeah.
And except for the people who can fly away, maybe. But
Riri's like,
but then Namor would just chase after him and be like, pew, 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 with his fists in his hands. Anyway, I feel like that's where we're headed. Is Atuma and Namora exiling Namor, and he's so honorable, even with his devious deeds. In the way he's played in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, that like if his people turned on him, he wouldn't necessarily immediately turn to vengeance. He'd probably just go and be like, all right, well, I'm gonna go blow off some steam.
Guys. I'm gonna go live with some other fish
Namor,
people.
more like no more. I'm gone, bitches.
Damn. God damn.
Damn. We've talked about it in The Office a lot. Like that scene of Shuri and him coming back on the plane being like, hi guys, as they're all in the middle of like stabbing each other. That's like, that would be like Jesus coming back with like Satan being like, we're cool now guys.
All good.
Put it all down.
Has anyone put the faces of Namor and Shuri over Danny and Sandy in Greece when they're waving from that
I don't think they have.
convertible going to heaven? If not, I've just given you a great idea.
Internet, get after
Put it on top, get
on
a million views, get a sponsorship from one of those weird vibrator companies.
That's all it takes.
Watch the cash roll in.
To your point, Tommy, Edge Slice in the comments pointing out that Phase 4 had so much focus on gods for there not to be a story about a rejected god, especially since Namor is considered to be a god. They really didn't get into... I thought they would get into the avatarness of Namor. They didn't really do that in this. Like, has Namor ever talked with the real Cuckoo Khan, who's out there?
I don't think he's an actual avatar, which is interesting. And I like that not every religion has their own.
one.
And it's just the Egyptian mythology they can take avatars. But I don't think he is what?
Bosta's an avatar.
I thought you said Boston. I said
the Boston avatar.
We get it.
There's Boston.
We get it.
The god of Boston.
What is it? A giant Dunkin' coffee?
Yeah.
It's the Green Monster.
It's traffic. We're gonna make streets that go like this, and then they go like that, and then they go like this.
Mickey Ward, the god of Boston.
Oh my God.
Mayor Marty Walsh. See something, say something.
I'm from Boston, but I'm Paul Revere, so I still have a British accent.
Sounds like the Dread Pirate Roberts.
So that's a good one?
It's great. It's a perfect 1700.
Hey, let's go throw rocks at some people that don't have the same color skin as us.
Oh my
Boston.
It's 1970s North End Boston.
Let's go Red Sox.
1970s Boston.
Let's go Red Sox.
Cut them off.
I ate some clam chowder and now my ass is exploding.
Okay.
North of Tremont, 1976.
I don't want to go to Boston regardless.
One final friend/foe that I want to mention for Namor, and then we'll go on to another topic, is that Magneto and Namor have an interesting relationship in the comics. Of course, Namor being a mutant, Magneto having his brotherhood of mutants. He's often tried to recruit.
Sorry, I'm thinking about Tommy Sin. It just ruined me. I'm so sorry. Keep going.
He's often trying to recruit Namor to join his cause. Like, hey, you'd be great. You're a mutant. You're one of the OG mutants.
Well,
Let's
they're both
together.
like underdog anti-heroes. Well, not underdog in the traditional sense, but they're
people.
both. They're both like people that no matter what will be down for their folk.
And Magneto is similarly, and it seems like the Namor definitely that we're getting in the movies have a real attraction towards like godlike humans, right? Like they want the Magneto, anyone who is ultra powerful.
Yeah, they want to hang out together.
Like he's so drawn to them. Like he could not possibly let Mystique stay with Charles Xavier. He completely seduced her to the dark side, not sexually, as the
real you.
Yes, exactly. He made her feel welcome. He made her feel included because he knew what an incredible power she was.
There's a great story in the early comics where Magneto's trying to recruit Namor, and he's like, "Hey, you can marry my daughter."
Oh, I'm going to talk about that.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. No. That was out of excitement.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, I'm going to talk about it in my segment. Don't worry.
We'll get more of that later.
More of that coming back.
There's another great story where like Namor's flying around and he flies over the Savage Lands, and he just sees like Magneto laying there next to a volcano. He's like, "Oh, my poor baby." He takes him back to Atlantis to like heal him up.
You
and then
fool.
while he's healing him up, Magneto just takes over. And like he comes in and like Namor's sitting on his throne, or Magneto's sitting on Namor's throne. He's like, it's mine now.
I have not
He's
read
like,
this.
come
That sounds
on,
amazing.
So funny.
come on.
He tricked him.
Finders keepers.
Yeah. And then at one point, when Magneto builds,
That's how it works.
when he
I
builds
guess.
Utopia, the island for the mutants, he's like, he needs to build support underneath it. So he's like, Namor, come build some pillars underneath the map. And they do, and they have like a little kingdom above and a kingdom below.
Aww.
It's adorable.
They're
And
roommates.
at
They got
night,
bunk
they, at night
beds.
they
like
go
a
down to a little
hierarchy.
plexiglass thing and they kiss.
They kiss
It's like
through the
Step
plexiglass.
Brothers. They got little bunk beds. They
Yes.
just hang out as little
I
brothers.
don't want to go kiss the plexiglass. You go.
What if we
Did you put your
kiss through the
drum or your
plexiglass?
nutsack on my drum set?
It's Michael Fassbender and Tenoch just vibing.
Yes.
But let's talk about some of Namor's other motivations. Jessica, do you think
Yeah.
that he could hide Talokan in some way if he needed to? Or
That-
it's like, is
he
the
can't
secret
take the
out
city
now?
with him.
Right,
He can't
right.
take the city with him. That's the hard part. Is like how much. What was the math again? You're the scientist. How much of the world is water?
It's like 75%.
Why did I think it was
70?
like 98?
I thought it was
What'd you say?
2/3.
2/3.
How much is that percentage?
66%.
66%.
Water.
But also, if you think about it from a volume perspective, right?
Yeah, it's-
like
yeah, it's
the
way
land
more
is
depth.
just surface, but there's so much
It's a lot.
3D.
So-
like Talokan didn't seem like it was on the ground, right?
No.
It was like kind of floating.
Well, yeah.
It looked like
It has to
rooted
be
in the
rooted
stuff,
in something.
right? Or
It has to
float
be
away.
rooted in
Well,
something.
we know it was
Everyone
deep
tunnels.
enough that the pressure would simply kill you, or you could
You can
wear
wear
a
a
suit.
suit. Or you can wear a suit. He smiles.
You can still talk. I don't know how.
There's no bubbles. And so
Where are my bubbles?
you and those bubbles. I think
They
it's
want
gonna be
bubbles.
too hard to relocate with all the people, or even because I do think it's all rooted in something. But I'm hooked on the fact that he did say like the city, so there might be other cities that he could
Yeah.
fly.
Capital city.
Yeah.
So I think there are more cities.
You can go to the other cities, but again, I think eventually everyone's gonna know that it exists because Atlantis, which we know it's not, but did. Like how you
Word
said,
got out. Yeah,
they kind of got out. Atlantis has fought the Athens and came out of the water and tried to kill everyone in Athens. They helped during World War II, so it was like, oh, okay, clearly these people exist. He even fought in New York and he fought Johnny Storm, and then he fell in love with.
His sister.
Fire and water.
More on that later as
Yeah,
well.
so it was like, it's like as soon as he comes out of the water, people are like, oh, there's this fly man, where he come from? He came from the bottom of the sea. But also, when they were trying to release Set, Atuma was in charge of everyone. This is when, like how you said, Namor left he left the actual kingdom and was like, oh, he was also exiled a lot of times, and Atuma would take control. And Atuma was like, we're all going to leave this place right now as warriors and defeat people on the surface. So people knew they existed. And I think, translated to the MCU, that will happen. Once they have to come above water to fight everyone's going to be like, oh, these people came from the bottom of the depths of the ocean. Let's go check out what's down there.
I think it's going to parallel Wakanda, right? Like, we're going to see that once Wakanda, genie out of the bottle, we know you exist. We know you're not a third world country. Just remember, it wasn't that long ago in the MCU, they were like, oh, they've got a bunch of goats. Like, whatever that line was from Ross, and then he tried to defend it. I think now that we've seen Namor in any capacity, we're going to start to try to find it, and that might be a storyline of how he becomes the god again.
I mean, we already kind of, sorry, I keep hitting
It's okay. I'm hanging out. I'm here.
So I think, don't leave. I think it is, we also talked about it in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Remember when Nakia was talking to her and they were like, everyone knew the legend of the feather serpent god that was like on the coast of the water, always floating. So it's like, okay, so people already know this man exists and he comes from the depths of the ocean. Even if it is a myth, it's like, we've seen it.
And Nakia was able to find this woman that was like, hey, you've talked about this guy.
It's a little too easy. I was like, when she was able to be like,
Googled
they're
it.
like, it's a myth. She was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the edge of the water, and there's the entire land. That's where they settle.
Hey, this is the water edge. You said water edge, there's only one water edge, right? Am I right? There it is. There's the thing.
Yeah, they should have walked down the coast a little
At least a little bit.
Like,
little
No, she
saunter.
didn't
well,
have
they
to.
take the
Little scanny boy.
the jets, the
But
water
still, it's
stream.
like they
let's go
pointed
somewhere.
and was like, you can just look in this area.
Yeah.
It's like using a metal detector.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, okay. So I think it's really easy for it to get out, is what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, they're definitely going to be looking now. I mean, they have the home team advantage of like, come down here and fight us, because that's the hardest thing, right?
Yeah.
Even in our reality,
breathe.
we've explored like the moon more than we've explored like the bottom of the ocean. Like, it's so hard to get down there.
fascinating.
It's dark as hell.
James Cameron can defeat
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Well,
Only James
You
Cameron.
have to have these pressure things.
Eventually, I feel like Captain Marvel will be the one that has to
Right.
get shoved down there, and then she's like, flew through it. It's very advanced. Don't really want to go back.
She does do that in the comics. Like, she'll just be down there fighting, like, even without a mask on.
Yeah, there's not
It's
many
always weird
characters
about
that
who
can
could
keep
just
up.
go down there. Like, Iron Man and Thor and stuff will just, and even the Hulk can go underwater because his
Dixie's-
body just makes oxygen when he needs it. Even though sometimes he passes out. the comics are weird.
Continuity, you got writers, you got
Every
things.
time. I mean, that's my number one
machinas.
complaint when people are like, the Hulk is nerfed in the comics, or in the MCU. He's nerfed in the comics constantly.
Yeah.
He's either like a world breaker or like he hits his head and he like, and like turns back
And like
into
Mr.
the
Fix-It,
Bruce.
like he got different personalities that have different power sets too, but his physiology wouldn't change, only his mentality would change. Is it his mental controlling his physical controlling his mental? That's what I hope we get into with Planet Hulk.
What is it? What is it?
Come on, Hulk.
What does it
Tell
mean?
us.
Do you think people are gonna like turn on him? Do you think, because as we were saying, like when he comes back from that fight with Shuri and they're like buddies and everyone's like, hi, we were in the middle of this fight. What do you mean you changed your mind?
It's
Doesn't
very
make sense.
comic book of him if he gets exiled over.
Right,
and
that would make a lot of
over
sense.
again.
I'm on record on this show. God in Exile. Namor, God in Exile. That's a great title for a solo film.
I disagree with Tommy. I don't want. The reason I don't want him to is because it doesn't seem believable yet that. I understand that he was like, for all these years I can keep you safe, and then they're randomly not safe at once. I understand that, but it's like, how many other times did he keep you guys safe? How many times did he bring down the sun? He built
But
this.
they're not. They don't live as long as he does. So,
But
he's got to
they
tell a
see
new
it.
generation of Talokians that they have. That he saved them all. You know, eventually,
And I think they
like all
believe
gods,
it.
the stories become myth.
But and people still keep believing, and
I
they
understand.
keep telling and telling.
I'm gonna say that I think that someone invades and then he has to defend them, and that proves his worth again. So I think that maybe there's like a trepidation.
Possibly
maybe there's a
a
combo
little
between the
bit of
two where they're
both.
like, ooh, I don't know if we can trust him anymore, and then he's like, I got you. And then that's the movie. Like if they do a Namor singular movie, or if Thunderbolts, which a lot of people are theorizing, like maybe the Thunderbolts invade, and then Namor proves himself because he keeps Val in whatever way.
Oh,
Because I could see the Thunderbolts going after Vibranium.
I could see that as well. Perhaps that is the task, the unenviable task, and maybe they themselves, much like the Suicide Squad, realize that their mission is not a mission of virtue, but rather a mission to hurt you.
Oh my
Now that's
goodness.
coming up, but that's not coming up next. And I'm here to talk about where we are going to see Namor next. And I have my pick
Okay.
of where we're going to see him next, but I want to run through some other possibilities real quick. First, feel free to chime in. Secret Invasion. In the Secret Invasion comics, Namor was part of the Illuminati, and ultimately the end was revealed to be a Skrull. Is there a chance that a Skrull could have caught sight of Namor and takes him on, or at least we get the visage of Namor as a Skrull? I think very low chance.
I would
Very
love
low,
that.
yeah.
I would love because that would give more way to like how easy it was. People are like, yeah, he floats on the edge of the water. A scroll could just be like, okay, noted.
Right.
Sees him and does what he does.
But also, like, that scroll would then have to, like, find a way to float.
Yeah,
You'd be like,
exactly.
oh, man,
Wait,
that's
you
a
think he
hard
wouldn't
one.
get the power of flying?
Oh, if
No,
he's a super
if he's a
Skrull.
super scroll, yeah.
Oh, no.
They can just copy the physical look. And I also don't know if, I guess they do change their physiology. I don't know if he'd be able to breathe
underwater. Like,
underwater.
if they change that much.
Well, I don't think.
don't
I
know.
think
Maybe
you
he's the one you
simply-
see on the
He's like,
peninsula.
like, okay, Namor, go underwater.
Well,
He's
I
like,
could simply
okay.
see a Skrull proposing as a diplomatic Namor and like going into like the UN or whatever that UN proxy is in the MCU and being like, hey, let's do some business. Let's get you down to Canada.
I guess you'd still need to be.
or telecom.
But in theory, when they all be like, who is this guy?
Yeah,
No
yeah.
one
So
knows who he
they'd
is.
have to know
Oh,
that
good
they
point.
And
exist.
the scroll's like, I picked the wrong man.
In the
All right.
comics, there's like 60 years of continuity that they've built into it, so
Well-
it's a moment. I don't think that's a
still
moment
good,
like,
yeah.
hey, we just met this guy.
Well, as I said, I believe that there's very low likelihood that we see him in Secret Invasion, but as usual, I'm probably wrong. So, next up we have Quantumania. Now, Ant-Man and Namor were the final two editions of Matt Fraction's Defenders run almost a decade ago, Namor being a reluctant choice. As usual, everybody's like, we need him. We don't want him, but we need him. And Ant-Man joining
It's near a river. We need the water guy.
and joining
got
the
a one
final
guy.
battle against the Celestials. Now, we know the battle in Quantumania seems to be Kang. So I think it's probably, again, low likelihood we're going to see Namor this soon in Quantumania. I also think you could take Guardians and Echo off the table. Guardians because it's in space, and Echo because it's in the middle of a landlocked Bumble F area of the U.S.
Where?
Everyone in Oklahoma, we love you.
Hey, shout out to Oklahoma. What I like to call the Midwest, New Jersey. I'm just kidding. Love you both. Love both states. You can stop sending me memes, guys. I don't really hate New Jersey. I hate Delaware. All right. Now,
Come on.
I don't think we're going to see Namor in Ironheart. Oh, sorry. I got ahead of myself. Okay, I believe we could see Talokians and Talokian imagery in the Marvels because that mysterious arm that we all thought was Kree I think it might be Talokian, and that might be what the bangle was on. So I could see like a Talokian influence, but not Namor. Okay. Now, Ironheart is a strong candidate to have Namor in them. By the way, guys, before I finish this, we are so close to a first redemption in the Super Chat, and if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, you're on my list. So Super Chat, like, and subscribe so we can get to these tunes. Ironheart, as I said, strong candidate for Namor adjacent appearances. So this is a bit of a cop-out, but I believe there's going to be, what we learned from Namor immediately is he does not like loose threads. What is a loose thread dangling? That girl in the Ironheart suit, the scientist, as he calls her, who he wanted dead for 98% of the movie, and then was suddenly like, fine, that's part of the truce. I don't buy it. I think in Ironheart we'll get appearances by Atuma and Namora, seeking the revenge on behalf of Namor. Death to the scientist, I think, is what they're going to want. Not me, though. I'm excited for Ironheart.
I think it would be cool to see them come out of the Chicago River.
Yeah.
So because you have like a river running through the city.
On St. Patrick's Day when it's dyed green.
And they're like green.
They're like bluish green. They're all like, what is this?
All right. So.
We can't breathe.
Next, we've got a very nice super chat from David Z. Says, have any of you addressed the teacher professor who asked Riri to build the vibranium finder? Professors can be doctors. Well, we may have a little more for that coming up on the channel. I don't want to spoil
Tomorrow.
I think that we have been thinking about that. We will address it, David Z.
Yes. David, are you Dr. Zaius from the Planet of the Apes films?
Dr. Zaius.
Dr. Zaius. Dr. Zaius.
Dr. Zaius.
All right. Now, Agatha, House of Harkness.
Okay.
A long shot. As we had said before, Magneto has made unsavory overtures to Namor concerning his daughter Wanda Maximoff in the comics. Why don't you marry my daughter, Wanda? You can make babies under the sea. Not me, Daddy, I don't want to marry this man, but you must. The Submariner must come in the fold. That's my musical. Marry my daughter, please. Make my daughter a wife, please. It's a work in progress. It's going. Wired Magazine called it. I don't think so, bud. All right. So this Namor might be pursued by witches, I believe, in House of Harkness.
Okay.
In an attempt to get some of his vibranium-enriched plant.
And you're talking about the actual plant here, right?
Yes.
Not his vibranium-enriched plant.
You know what I'm saying? No. They want the plant for their spells. We know witches need spells.
Let me get some of that.
They need plants for their spells. And in the comics, Agatha is ancient. She knows of Atlantis before it sank into the sea, you guys. Listen to me.
That's actually very old.
Yeah, 15,000 BC, I believe, and she's 500 years older than that. Now, in the TV show, she seems to be alive since, like, Salem. Right? But that is kind of concurrent with when the Talokan took the blue flooring.
That was 1571.
Yes. Oh, we've reached a threshold.
Her stuff happened in like the 1600s.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe she was already alive before then. I just think the timelines could overlap, but I don't think it's going to be that. Here's what's going to happen. Captain America, New World Order.
Here we go.
Namor and the OG Cap teamed up to fight the Nazis as the invaders, named by who? Winston Churchill.
Oh, okay.
Well, Stanley through Winston Churchill.
I'm right.
It's not inaccurate.
Who's on the current invaders roster?
Who?
Captain America Sam Wilson and Namor. Once again, my friends. So perhaps Namor will need Sam's help, or Sam will need Namor's help. My best guess is the next time we see Namor, or Namor, or Kukulkan is in the post-credit scene where Sam Wilson goes to the beach and goes on a conch shell, finds Namor, and recruits him for help against a looming big bad. Kang anyone? Doom anyone? Red Hulk anyone? Contessa Valentina de la Soul anyone?
De La Soul?
I couldn't remember her last name.
Yeah, the band.
I want Namor to come out of the water where Sam Wilson is. He's like, "You shrimp killer! I will have your head."
He just shows up.
Those were my brothers and sisters.
I was friends with those shrimp. You killed Paul.
We see that whole scene on the boat, but then Namor's like in the background.
Matthew, Ralph, and Caitlin, and Vanessa, and Carl, and Clyde, and Duke, and Franny, and Evan, and Luke, and Matt, and Nathan.
It's a very Eurocentric name.
I think it's like Santa Claus naming off like a good boy.
I do like to think that it was Namor destroying
Quincy,
the ship engine every
Reginald.
day.
Yeah, it's just like bugging him.
Sarah. Thomas.
Tommy.
Okay.
Ulysses.
You put your own name on it.
Victor.
He read it.
Walter. Xavier.
We just changed my syllables.
Yancey.
Yancey.
Zeke. Albert. Bertha.
He's going back through it again, the alphabet.
Christine.
Jacob Smith.
Del.
Jacob Smith in
Elijah.
the chat saying, I think Namor will only appear in a Fantastic Four movie. I mean, that does seem.
Yeah,
that's a
he should.
Mutant movie or an Avengers level movie, since he only cares about the safety of his people. So, someone trying to wipe away the whole universe. That makes sense. That's the only way to get him out of the ocean is to be like threaten his people.
I feel like the New World Order, though, is a pretty indicative title. I agree that I think Captain America, which does come before Fantastic Four, I do think there's going to be something that's global in scope. Yes. Like there's going to be something big.
Does Namor like climate change because it's making the oceans bigger?
No,
you think he's a fan of it?
Because it's still hot. The water's too hot.
Wow, he's investing in like fossil fuel candidates. He's like, we got to keep doing these ancient
Monsanto
fuels,
guy.
my man. He loves.
Are microplastics affecting the Tallow Canal?
He cares, yes.
That's what I mean.
Yes, he still cares.
But like, he kind of wants the
He's
world
not
to
like
get flooded, right?
Like whatever terrorist like Poison Ivy is, but
An eco-terrorist?
Yeah, an eco-terrorist. But I think he still cares.
He's like, can we just get the oceans up high enough so that I can swim into Macy's to get some new clothes?
Stop
like,
it.
Long or short?
Yeah, longer.
That's
short.
where
I'll be honest, I've always wanted a home in Miami. Make the shores rise.
You could make the middle of Kansas, Miami.
That's
if
true.
You like.
Or Oklahoma, or as I call it, America's heart.
Oh, that's
right in the
really
center.
charming. That's very sweet of you. Your
Not
heart's
like-
not right in the center, but that's okay.
You're not?
Where's
I
your
thought your
heart?
heart was right here.
Oh, God.
How come every time I have a heart attack, I get punched right
Because
here?
you have an animal heart.
like,
So,
Yeah,
you have
Dr.
a
Nasty
giraffe.
did
Like
one.
a
ostrich heart.
Right in the
something.
bison.
He has an elephant heart in his
By the way,
chest.
everybody else's hearts beat like this, right? Okay, now.
We did pass
pass
our super chat threshold. Why don't we do our picks of where we think we'll see Namor next?
Okay.
And we'll hit them with one of these ancient scrolls.
Great.
Scrolls. Man, it is hard to say.
It is.
Scrolls? Because your emphasis on the
Bagel.
Scrolls.
Scroll.
But when you say
Caribbean. All right, now, I said Captain America New World Order, so
That's your pick?
I'm keeping my claim.
That's what you think we'll see
Yes.
next. What about you, Jessica?
I think Thunderbolts, but I don't think it's going to be seeing him. I think it's going to be mentioning him a lot.
Mentioning him, talking
And
about him?
The only reason I didn't say New World Order is there's so many hands in the pot of New World Order that
Yeah.
I was like, if you just add this man, it's just going to add too much.
Yeah, they did throw a lot of extra
Everyone's
characters
in
in
there.
my boy
The
Sam
Hulk
Wilson's movie.
Sam Wilson's
They're like, we're bringing the leader back for this, and it's like, do we really need him in this movie? I mean, what's going on?
For the sake of the Invaders, which I really dig, and I love the Captain America throwbacks where he has to reluctantly team up with Namor, and there's an iconography of like World War II Namor that we'll never see. I do think Captain America. I'm gonna go New World Order as well.
Okay.
I just see the imagery. I'm so sorry.
All right.
I mean, we
Copier.
combed the internet. Tanakh Huerta's been very much like, I don't know what's next. I'm not going
I'll
to
probably
say.
never act in an MC movie
Yeah,
again.
yeah. They burned my contract. They changed the key code. I
They
can't
paid
get
me
into
in
the office.
shells. They paid me in shells. They
I think
paid me in sand dollars.
Thunderbolts will be a bigger part, but I think Captain America either post-credit or something.
I didn't say come back and beat mine to death. God.
No, I think he's in it as well. I'm saying you're right as well, I think. I think Namor's going to be a pretty
heard that,
foundational
but-
part.
I
like-
think your idea stinks. No,
Specifically,
I
let me
think
attack
you
you.
stink.
I do.
I
haven't showered in days.
like the idea of seeing him in Ironheart solely for the through line of I still want to kill this girl.
Yeah.
That's
but
so funny.
maybe this is. I don't know if this is a cop out, but Deadpool might be a good
Oh,
place to see
yeah.
him.
Deadpool is
Just
so
because
funny.
if there's a mutant story there, and Wade's I want to check in on all the mutants in the MCU so far. What? 2? What?
I do say this. I will say this. I believe this is also a cop out for me. I do believe we will see Talokans before we see Namor again. I believe we will see
Oh, 100.
Talokans.
They work for Scales.
That's an actor joke.
You're not laughing at it. Did you not hear the joke?
No, I did. I didn't think it was funny.
They are represented by ray agents. Rays, manta rays, stingrays.
Oh, that was
that
a
was
stretch.
Let me finish. Let me finish. They're represented by ray agents and clamagers.
That was good. Archibald Bunker in the comments saying Thunderbolts is going to be versus Namor, so there's a vote for Thunderbolts. Mookie in the comments saying Namor versus Hercules would be a good fight. Is it on land? Is it in the water? Because if it's in the water, I pick Namor.
Hey, yo, Mookie.
Hey, yo, Mookie. Jacob Smith saying Eternals 2. Get hyped for it.
Yeah,
Or
my
maybe
people.
Fantastic Four.
Jacob Smith. Yeah.
Jacob Smith
anything.
wants a number.
Is that
involved in
new
the
math
movie.
I've heard so much about? Eternals 2 equals Fantastic Four?
And Edge Slice saying July 4th special presentation of the Invaders during World War II. I mean, if they don't make a special presentation of like the Howling Commandos or like Cap and the boys,
they have to. They did a Halloween. They did a Christmas.
So good.
Or a porn parody of the Howling Commandos.
I'm sure
Dum Dum Plugins.
I like that one. That was good.
Fucking
And it's not
bars.
because
Do you want to do
winked
one
at
of your
me.
songs, Tommy?
I could. I mean, they're not my songs. I found them in the dork of a humpback whale.
The dork of a humpback whale.
All right. This one's kind of a deep cut. It took me a while to figure out what song it was. It's actually our song. It's sung to the tune of our song.
Oh, okay. Find it.
Mm-hmm.
I was swimming real deep, feeling like a real freak, with a guy from Talo. We had one hand feel on a humpback wheel, the other's on my heart. A look around made a funny whale song. He said, "Baby, is something wrong?" I said nothing, I was just thinking, we don't know how long till we see you again. Namor is in Fantastic Four, messing up plans, trying to bang Sue Storm. Teasing Ben and making Johnny feel real mad. Well, Reed Richards wonders why his wife's down bad. Namor will start out mean, but pretty soon we will see him on the right team. And when he shows up at the very end, Dr. Doom will wish he was Everett Ross again.
Oh, good
That
job.
was beautiful.
Thank you.
Great find. Thank you to our super chatters.
Thank you to the Humpback Whale.
Yeah. Bernard Mukai, Bucky Barnes ATL, the MJ2997, Film Juice, Nick Knack, David Z, Chrissy, Yucaprita, Gabriel Martinez, GSU Eagle 117, Brock Humphreys, Matthew Nunya, and Christian Unpronounceable. Thank you for all our super chatters.
Thank you to all of our super chatters. And you know what else I'm thankful for? We're about to get into, or what I'm thankful for, we're about to get into our final round of the Inkbox Tattoo Contest.
Oh, yes.
Or as I call them, tattoos.
The two.
But first, we want to thank Aspiration for sponsoring the show today. When it comes to climate action, oh God, you're not here to change the camera. When it comes to climate action, with Aspiration, a new kind of change is in your pocket. Simply by moving your money to Aspiration, you're giving your deposits a cleaner, greener home. Aspiration is a climate-friendly alternative for your money. Aspiration lets you plant a tree by rounding up every swipe of your debit card. Aspiration has already funded the planting of over 100 million trees. And they're on their way to funding the planting of 1 billion by 2030. Best of all, there's no credit check. Thank God. You've got my attention now, Aspiration. No overdraft fees. Now you've got my interest. And with Aspiration, what are you looking for? What are you trying to do? This guy's got his hand on my pants! This guy's got his hand on my pants!
I'm so confused. What are you doing? What is this?
Best of all, there's no credit check, no overdraft fees, and with Aspiration, you pay for what you think is fair, even if that's zero. And if you're the type of person that thinks it's fair to pay zero, I don't want to hang out with you. Because money shouldn't stand in the way of doing the right thing. Get in deep, buddy. You got to fish around to find
Dashiell.
it. All right.
Rare Dashiell sighting.
Make your dollars make a difference. Open an Aspiration account at aspiration.com/tree. Help save the planet with your Aspiration debit card. Open your account at aspiration.com/tree today. Aspiration.com/tree. Terms and conditions apply. Aspiration is not a bank. Deposits FDIC insured up to $2 billion per depositor.
Beautiful, Tommy. As Tommy mentioned, we are on day 3 of the Inkbox Tattoo Vote. What are Inkbox tattoos, you might be asking if you're just tuning in for the first time today? Well, Inkbox tattoos last 1 to 2 weeks, so you can express without worrying about whether or not you'll want the tattoo forever. There are over 10,000 tattoo designs to choose from, including a wide variety of sizes and styles. What we're most interested in here at the Breakroom is their custom platform that lets you create your totally unique tattoo easily. We've made a few, especially for the Breakroom. All right, right now we're going to hold our vote. This is how it works, folks.
Explain it clearly.
You're going to vote
Last time.
for who you want to get the tattoo. Is it going to be Tommy or is it going to be Zach? This is day 3 of voting in our best of 3 voting tournament. So whoever wins the vote today will be getting the tattoo.
But Tommy gets
These
more
are custom
time,
tattoos
and Zach gets
from
Gucci
Inkbox.
to Moochie.
Okay.
So whose body is it going to be on?
Zach will get a Gucci to Mooch, a Gucci to Moochie. in the Harry
Let me
Potter
see the
font.
Gucci. I love this tattoo. I can't wait till
And then Tommy will be forced to get a It's Morbin Time tattoo.
Okay, now hear me out. If you find a way to make it 50-50, we'll both get them. So,
If you can perfectly land a 50-50, folks.
That's right.
Talk amongst yourselves.
We'll make about,
We should have got 2 Gucci to Moochie.
Get on the Discord, figure it out.
Now, where
Also,
gonna put
can I
yours?
mention this, Zach? Because Zach, Brandor.
I wish I was Zach.
Now, I like the ink box tattoos because if you're like me, you got a few ladies, not just one. And they're constantly asking you to make something permanent on your body as a tribute to them. I can get a little 2-week holler at Claire, Denise, Vanessa, Rebecca, Trina, a little bit of Monica on my chest, a little bit of Rachel on my ass.
Oh, boy.
That song
Oh,
specifically has my name, and I was waiting for
A
it.
little bit of Jessica on my...
Hey!
There's the clip out. There's the clip out of the week.
Hey!
Anyways,
Watch it.
He's on probation.
I know. Take
You
it
were
back.
suspended for
Throw it
goodness
back
sake. To get your own Inkbox tattoos, click the link in the video description or head to inkbox.com and use code NEWROCKSTARS with an S to get 25% off your entire Inkbox order. There's no minimum order here, but you can only use this code once. So stock up, look at the site. The code's good through the end of 2022, so do it this year. But like if you use that code NEWROCKSTARS, you get 25% off your whole order.
Hear me out.
I'm hearing you
I have
out.
different emails.
Okay.
Oh.
You can
We
try
can get a
them.
bunch
You
of
can try 'em.
orders.
You can try them.
By the way,
it
I
by
should
mailing
mention
address
most
or
of the
email?
time that tattoo just says Jess. You know why.
John!
It's
cold in here.
These
It's winter.
tattoos, again, they last for like a couple weeks. It's great, and then they come right off very easily. But so this will be on either Zach or Tommy for Thanksgiving probably, and they both have to sit shirtless at the Thanksgiving
Oh,
table.
God,
Those
that's
are the
true.
rules. It looks like Zach has run away with this. Zach has
Oh.
won 2
Wow.
out of 3.
Gina Moochie's going on
Zach's
Zach's
gonna
logo.
get
tag.
Yeah, we're gonna tramp
yeah.
stamp that boy.
Zach's in the chat right
I'm
now.
so
Shout him
excited.
out.
And by the
There
way,
it is.
Zach, that was a Zach wave. He won by over 21 percentage points. The country has spoken.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them. If we're going to expose someone's bare torso on this show, and we've seen mine enough, okay? It's a holiday season. There might be kids watching. Let's show Zach's
we might give
gorgeous
Zach
bod
the old
off.
tramp
You
stamp.
also won too because you coined this.
I did.
You get to put it on him.
And I have
Everybody
Moochie
wins.
permanently tattooed in a place in my body I can't show on TV. My throat.
Now, is this happening on air? When is this happening?
We'll do this tomorrow. We'll do
Okay,
the text
so I wanna
It
see-
tomorrow.
takes like 24 hours
Yeah,
to
it takes
be
some
like
time
on
to
our
get
show
set.
it.
So we'll put it on tomorrow.
I'm
and
so
then
excited.
We'll
very
give the
excited.
final reveal on Friday.
I might get one too. I know you guys voted, but God dang it, I just like tattoos. Okay. You know what else I like? Batman the Audio Adventures,
Oh,
for crying
you love
out
it,
loud.
Tommy.
I've been telling you for weeks now, shouting it from the mountains. The second season of the hit DC show, DC's Batman the Audio Adventures, is out on HBO Max. I get it. It's a podcast on a streaming service. It's fun. They put it up on the Batcave little TV thing. There's squiggle lines. It's a fun graphic to look at while you're listening. It relaxes me despite the violence in the show. Incredible cast. Rosario Dawson, heard of her? John Leguizamo, heard of him? Bobby Moynihan, heard of him? Chris Parnell, never heard of him. Just kidding, I have. Seth Meyers, Kenan Thompson, and Jeffrey Wright. With the glow up of the century going from Commissioner Gordon to the Batman himself, an incredible show full of crime, humor, and Batman lore. The whole season 1 is already available, and season 2 is out now on HBO Max. If you love SNL and you love Batman, combine them together and stream DC's Batman: The Audio Adventure season 2 out now on HBO Max. Take it to the max. Not their slogan. It's time for mandatory fun. Hit my graphic.
Oh my gosh, Tommy, you really got through that.
You know what?
Incredible.
I'm way more professional now. I'm a year older. I'm a year wiser. I'm a year more professional. A lot of the old Tommy B tendencies. Hit the graphic.
We got dead
Silent there.
Are
That was
gone.
intense.
You did.
And now they're back. This is Mandatory Fun, the segment where I gather 3 of my absolute best friends in the whole wide
goodness.
world, and we sit down and chop it up in a fun way, and they can't leave even if they want, because I put bombs in their butts.
What?
Wait, what?
Those cookies that you made me eat.
I
What?
felt something.
Those
Oh,
are butt
man.
bombs! Speaking of bomb butts,
how you cheat at chess.
according to Variety, Margot Robbie says her female-led Pirates of the Caribbean movie is dead.
that how you say it?
Pirates of the Caribbean is
Oh, so-
dead.
Wait, did you say she had a bomb butt?
Yeah, she does. Have you seen her? She's got to bomb everything. Now, it's dead at Disney. It's not happening. It's gone.
No Pirates of the
finished.
Caribbean movie.
It's finito. It's mortis.
Okay.
It's mort. All right? It's dead. It's Batgirl.
Es ist
Okay?
tot.
They got us thinking about franchises and how they should proceed. you know what, Pirates of the Caribbean, presumably that movie's dead because another movie's coming back like a certain actor from that franchise. It seems to be a slight publicist win in his legal issues and maybe coming back as a titular character soon, in my opinion. Now, we all know the game F, Marry, Kill. The F stands for freak.
Okay.
But I made a new game up.
Okay.
That's right. This game is called Reboot Sequel Kill.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a franchise, and I'm going to pull it out of this cup right here. This Harley Quinn cup.
Okay.
Mr. J. And I want each of you to make a decision. Would you reboot this franchise, or would you make a sequel to it? If you want to do either of those, I want you to give me the log line.
Okay.
Give me the 2-sentence spiel. If it's a kill, I want you to explain why.
Okay.
Now, I know I wrote those in the prompter, but ignore them because we have a cup with them all
Right.
written down. First one, Ghostbusters. What are we doing with Ghostbusters?
Scroll back up. So I remember what it is. Reboot, kill, sequel?
Yeah. So you can either reboot Ghostbusters, you can make it a sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife, would presumably be the fair thing, or you can kill it, we're done, they stuck the landing, I don't need to see it anymore.
I say kill it.
Yeah.
You've gotten 3 different versions of it. Might as well not do a 4th.
Right.
And I guess 2 have gotten at least 2, right?
Uh-huh.
I personally liked the new Afterlife,
did
so
too.
I am saying kill because I did think it stuck to land.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you honored Ivan Reitman. You had Jason Reitman take over his dad's franchise. We unfortunately lost Ivan Reitman soon after.
Right.
And it feels like, as much as I loved the new cast, as much as I loved what they were going towards, seeing those characters for the last time kind of worked for me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go kill out
Winston
of respect.
buying the firehouse, great bookends. What do you need?
I'm going to say kill.
Kill.
But I would also like to reboot a animated version. I was born in 2002. I'm a young man, but I've heard about the real Ghostbusters.
I have fabulous news for you. At Ghostbusters Day this year, they announced both a reboot of the animated series and animated films, and also a live-action sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I don't need that.
So you're all wrong. The answer was sequel. Hooray! There's
There's losing it.
Okay. This one's a little wild.
Okay.
The Vacation movies.
Oh,
The Chevy
God.
Chase, D'Angelo. D'Angelo Russell.
Oh my God!
There's your answer.
Let me
in front of the
finish.
camera?
It's Chevy Chase and D'Angelo Russell, the Minnesota Timberwolves shooting guard.
No, I want D'Angelo.
No, it's the singer D'Angelo.
They still do the shower scene from European Vacation.
Yeah, but it's just
D'Angelo.
D'Angelo. All right, we're moving on immediately.
We can't top that.
There's no way. Okay,
Perfect.
this one,
love D'Angelo.
Skywalker saga. Kill, right? We're all killing it, right?
Yeah, I don't need any more
I've said
Skywalker.
so much Skywalker, and Andor is fantastic.
Saga.
I'm good.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
What do we do now?
This is so tough. This is really tough because I love the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Those first 3, they're bloated and they're crazy and it
they're
gets
so
insane
much
by
fun.
the end.
They're so fun.
But as if you sit down this Thanksgiving and just watch those 3, it is like
What
a
a time.
hype fest. The Gore Verbinski soundtrack is incredible. Like, it's just so good. They're great.
They're better than I remember.
Four was a mess. 5 was kind of fun again.
Return to form.
Yeah. The problem I have with
Played
them
himself off.
is the way Jack Sparrow is godlike.
Yes.
He has powers in a weird way. It's too much.
Well, which
It's
one
too
had
strange.
Calypso?
That's 4.
Because I like that one.
I know.
I let that one slide.
I know.
I let that one slide.
I know. I like parts of it. What I love about the Pirates franchise is how they use everything we know about pirates in every way.
Literally,
David
You've
Jones
done this.
Locker, the pieces of it,
I
all of this
Aft?
stuff. Anything you've
That's
ever
a
heard
word?
of Disney or of pirates is
Parlay.
I say reboot.
Parlay.
Yeah, I would go reboot.
I'd
would
love
go
a reboot.
on
I'd
that.
watch it. I'd eat that shit up.
I say reboot this, and you know who'd be a great Captain Jack Sparrow? Timothy
Tommy.
Chalamet. Just kidding.
As a
I'm
Tommy
just
Bechtold?
joking.
Just takes
It
over
should be
everyone.
Finn Wolfhard. Come on, he's a kooky little coconut.
And now that we killed Ghostbusters, put him in here.
yeah, he's got
available.
free time.
Stranger
Finn Wolfhard.
Things.
Captain Jack
One last
Sparrow. All right, now I don't know why he has that voice. I want to point out something. It's 3:50.
Okay.
Okay. Have you liked this video yet? Do you like me? No, probably not. But you like Brandon, Coy, and Jessica. So like the video. We got 2 more songs here from the Whale's Dork. Okay. So
We're easy to get. You went through a lot.
hit Get us to 225. We'll sing both songs. Okay?
Whoa!
Raise $100 more. I'm slashing the prices of songs.
You're slashing prices.
Get us to 225. I'll give you both songs. Trust me, you've heard Brandon's songs. They're always way better than mine. You like what you heard. You're going to get a Brandon special. And then I wrote some other thing, too.
If they get us to 300, Brandon said he'll show his butt.
What?
Oh, yeah, Brandon will show hole for 300.
My butt was sealed up.
Thomas.
Yeah, no, he'll spread cheeks. All right, let's go.
I was born without a crack.
Oh, that's
Solid.
right. Oh, wow. That's so sad, but also I'm interested in seeing it now. All right. Jurassic Park.
Hard reboot.
I
think the potential for Jurassic Park is so strong.
Yeah.
I think that this most recent trilogy, when you really look at it, what a fall from grace. They all made so much money, so the potential's there. People still love dinosaurs. They made money not because they were movies. They made money because they were dinosaurs. Like, there is no reason those movies made $1 billion.
Right.
And I like most things.
Yeah.
And, like, I still had fun in them because I was able to go, dinosaurs. Like, I was able to be 5 again.
Okay.
But I do think it'd be cleaner if you go back to the core of what Michael Crichton made, which was a commentary on humans always pushing things too far, on life finding a way. I want to go back to what the essence of the first one was.
Spectacle.
And you can't do that if you keep with continuity.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as no other dinosaur movie comes through, I say reboot. Because that's the thing is, like,
Nobody else has
the
tried.
fun about it is dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are fun.
They're great.
Little boy with a little toy truck.
I say hard reboot, and I have one stipulation. John Hammond.
Hammond with a D.
Hammond, played by Jeff Goldblum. All right. Go ahead.
Kill it.
Kill it.
all.
Whoa. So much money.
All right.
I know,
Universal's
but like,
a great company.
what's the franchise?
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
The problem is,
You got a park, you got dinosaurs.
the first movie, it's the whole story, and like, the more you go, like, it just doesn't make sense. They did it. Walk away.
All right.
Find a new dinosaur movie.
What
All
if
right.
they brought We're Back?
We're back? A
We're
dinosaur
back?
story?
Yeah.
I'm in.
What
Well,
about
we
the
didn't play by the
dinosaurs show
solid
dinosaurs?
rules. We said if we're going to reboot something, we have to give the log line. My log line.
Oh, right.
A
yes.
revisiting of the classic Michael Crichton novel. John Hammond this time invites brilliant paleontologists to his fantasy land of dinosaurs reborn, only for chaos to ensue in 3D.
Ooh.
Hate it. Hate
What my log line is dinosaurs, sex. Dinosaur sex? Are you interested? You're into it?
I kind of like that.
Have you ever seen a pterodactyl fully penetrate a T-Rex? You will in this one.
I didn't say all that in mine.
Jurassic pork.
Jurassic Pork.
Life refound a way.
Refound a way.
Clean. It's
I'm
on
going to
the
ask for a
poster.
refound after that movie from the sounds of it. Full refound.
My reboot takes place hundreds of years in the future, where the dinosaurs have fully taken over the Earth, and they start a park that brings man back from the dead. And it's a
Planet of the
bunch
Apes.
of like men running around in the park, and little dinosaur children be like, "Mommy, the man's loose. I want a hamburger." And they're like, "Ah."
I'm that Triceratops just takes a huge dump. All right, now last one, final one, best one.
Mean Girls?
We've had so many rumors about where this franchise is going. They had a great director attached. They had Tarantino writing a script for a while.
Oh, here we go.
What's next for Boldly Going Where No Man Has Gone Before on the silver screen? I get that they got a good TV thing going. Stop. What's happening? I muted everything. I just got a new Apple Watch. I've lost 2 Apple Watches in the last calendar year. I got a fresh one for my birthday. Shout out to my mom. And I silenced everything, and this damn Apple Watch is chiming like Big Ben on the hour, and I need it to stop.
Is it telling you to stand up?
I need it to stop. It's telling me to stand up. It's telling me to work out. It's telling me to call my ex-girlfriend and make things right. It's telling me to sign my divorce papers. It's telling me to pay child support. And I don't need that.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Star Trek. Where are we going?
I think the problem with Star Trek, here's the problem with Star Trek. The show and the movies have to be 2 different things. Yeah. And they have not found, when they make a movie that is true to the show, it's not fun, right?
Right.
Like,
that is an issue. The Kelvin universe doesn't feel like the show, but that is why I think it was strong for a film.
Because a show about, or a movie about space explorers peacefully exploring and signing treaties and applying a code, like, it's not fun, entertaining, big budget action movie.
Right.
So I don't know if people want that. If they want that, that's not what Star Trek is to real Star. It's like you can't appease everyone in the Star Trek fandom. I don't know.
Who you can appease?
Who can you appease?
Dashiell, do we want a reboot or do we want a sequel? Dashill's favorite thing in the world is Star Trek. He knows everything about it.
I didn't know that.
He doesn't even want it. He doesn't even want it.
He doesn't want to say that he doesn't want it.
Just watch Wrath of Khan again. You know what? One thing I've always known to be true. You can't can a coconut, but you can a peas. Let's keep going. That's the end of Mandatory Fun. Hit the graphic again.
Oh, I think
Hit the Thirsty Thespians graphic.
It's so quick.
Talk about that.
It's so quick. Don't put your tongue away.
It's so gross.
Somebody, once again, someone nefarious behind the scenes, and I'm going to say definitely John. 271?
Whoa! What happened?
Holy smokes!
Who was this?
T.D. Jones and Aaron Storm coming in hot.
Wow!
T.D. Jones wants a Star Trek show, and he just greenlit it.
T.D. Jones says Star Trek for the win. He doesn't say whether he wants to reboot it or a sequel.
Anything.
But he wants it for the win.
Well, shout out to Anna Vanston for letting us know that the Super Chats have... Oh, John, I effed up.
Don't call her out.
Never mind. Jeers to Anna Vanston. Jeers to her for not letting us know. And then trying to apologize on our Google Doc. Anna Vanston, wherever you are, I hope the Quizmaster finds you and makes you atone for your sins. Now, Brandon, would you like to sing your song?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the cadence of the song.
Is it Blank Spaces?
No, this was Trouble. Trouble when you walked in.
Oh, wait.
I know how the chorus goes. I'll get there. I'll get there. Okay, so this came out of a Wales Dorcas or Dork.
Yeah.
Dork. And this is about Namor to the tune of Trouble. I believe it's Trouble parentheses when you walked in, or I knew you were trouble parentheses when you walked in. I don't know.
Taylor's version.
Who reads Tractiles anyway? Okay. I live in the sea and you live on the land. I watched on the shore. You with that stretchy man. Please love me. Please love me. Please love me, please love me, please love me. I guess you didn't care about my tight green trunks. I can promise that down there that nothing has been shrunk. Believe me, believe me, believe me. Come to my home down in the sea. You'll realize that you do love me.
Stop.
Cause you'll be blowing bubbles when you swim in. Lovely Sue Storm, grab a dolphin when you dive in. Or take the water tube, cause you'll be blowing bubbles when you swim in. Break up with Reed now, going through oceans that you never swam in. And now I'm lying on the hot, dry sand. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles.
That's good.
Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. All I can remember was the goat.
Everybody's waiting for the goat. The goat's the
Sorry, I'm sorry, Swifties. My cadence was not great on that.
That was fine.
Apologies to the Swifties.
Now, this song, I think you should know what it is. Again, this was the last thing that just kind of went out of the door.
Oh, okay. Right out of the door.
I live on the lake. I can fly for goodness sake. At least that's what people say. At least that's what people say. I killed too many queens. I'm acting sort of mean. At least that's what people say. At least that's what people say. But I keep swimming. My anger is brimming. It's like I got this rage always on my mind. Saying destroy all mankind. The Wakandans gonna play. US gonna take. But I'm just gonna say. Doom is Ross.
Oh
my God, he will
They put that in a
stop.
song? They put that in
Spoilers
a song?
in a song?
By the way, I take away the jeers from Anna, and I send the jeers to John for not including Top Gun in the movie sequels. Reboot, sequel, kill. We will be doing an in-depth 1-hour episode on the Top Gun cinematic universe tomorrow, or I won't be on the show.
There's an important update on the Super Chat total there.
I can't show my ass. You can show it. Tommy made a promise to show my ass.
I'm Brandon's ass.
I'm not even in good jeans.
Yeah, well, you're taking them off, baby.
No, I
No,
cannot
you
take them
just
off.
show them the silhouette.
I cannot take them off.
Sheesh!
I cannot take them off.
Guys, if we raise $3,000 by Friday, Brandon and I will both show our ass.
No, we can't do it.
You want quad cheeks? Some of these cheeks ain't not like the others.
Just get us out of here before
Oh my God. You guys, thanks for tuning in today. Join us here tomorrow at the same time. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. Maybe if you like and subscribe, you get a little Brandon's booty. We have a ton of
You've
great
been
videos.
promised so much.
Hey,
Couple
I
of
want to see
flying
the butt.
rolls.
They want to see the butt. We have a ton of great videos coming out tomorrow, including my own deep dive into what Riri Williams will be up to next. And Ironheart Inside Marvel asking questions that you guys have clearly been asking. You asked one today.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Riri's mystery professor?
Oh, an F-bomb on the
Ooh,
outro.
right at the end.
What are we, HBO?
In the
Is this
text.
Sopranos?
And Andor's Eric's breakdown of Andor.
Yes.
Randor's.
And I hear all of you, thank you for all of your kind tweets asking me about WikiLeaks and Andor. Eric is handling it from here, guys. I trust him. He may include me in some of his breakdowns. He may not. Maybe you'll never hear me talk about Andor again.
No, we'll talk about it.
On here you talk about it.
All right, but it's the best show on TV, and it's going to be on Hulu and all those other channels.
Did you spill?
I did.
Yeah, he's
spell.
fine.
Take off your
It's
pants.
fine. Let's not make a big deal about it.
All right.
Oh, God, he's going to do it. Take his pants off.
No, got away.